with Chris Blair. Today we're making chicken shawarmas or rice.
So today I've washed all of the chicken, and we're going to take the chicken and we're going to slice it. I got a lot of the fat off, as much of it as I could. We're going to cut the chicken the long way to thin it out, because we can use some of these for deboned chicken. And we're just going to cut them like this, and as it cooks you can always cut it down even more. But basically you're just cutting it the long way. I'm going to do another one. There's chicken breast, and you take it and you slice it the thin way, like as if you're filleting a fish, and cut it in half the long way. And then see, it comes in two pieces when you do that, and then you could just cut it in half there. These larger pieces I'm going to use for the deboned chicken, but the other pieces I'm going to use for the chicken shawarma. After I get finished cutting all of this up, we're going to come back. But I just want to let you know the seasonings that we're going to be using is the chicken shawarma seasoning, the black pepper, kosher salt, coarse kosher salt, and ginger. For the rice, we're going to be using the kibsa, and we're going to use kosher salt for that as well, and pepper. We'll be right back. Okay guys, it's a little juice in the bottom of here from rinsing the chicken off. You can leave that in there, because what I like to do is have a little marinade in my chicken. So once you mix it all up and let it sit for about a half an hour or so, it's good to go. You can grill it or you can cook it on the stove. What I'm going to do is this chicken shawarma, I have a seasoning mixture that I like, and I usually add ginger and salt to it because normally it doesn't have any seasoning in it. You can go to any Lebanese grocery store or Lebanese or Mediterranean store. You see how much I'm putting on. I cover it very, very generously because it has a lot of seasoning in it. I had to change my gloves so I can do this part of it, touch my seasonings. But and I use ginger. Ginger is not always used, just depending on where you go. I prefer ginger, so when I make my mixture for myself without having their mixture, I add ginger to it so I can use it on top of my seasoning. I use ginger, cumin seeds, or cumin, you know, ground cumin, coriander. I use paprika, cardamom. Oh my God, the cardamom smells so good, and it is good. I use turmeric, cayenne pepper, ground cloves, ground nutmeg, allspice, cinnamon, ground pepper, ground black pepper, and I use salt. But I do the salt separately. I don't add the salt in, and I like using the coarse kosher salt because it seasons very well. So again, when you buy the chicken shawarma seasoning, it usually does not have salt in it. You have to check in the back to see if it has any salt in it, but normally it does not if you get it from the actual stores. But you can order it online as well if you don't want to mix those seasonings up yourself. You can order it online. It usually costs anywhere from $4.99 up to $8, $9. It just depends on what brand you get or whatever. Again, I don't measure with this. I usually just cover it very generously with the chicken shawarma seasoning or whatever spices I mix up, which is what I actually told you those spices were. You don't have to go out and buy this or whatever. You can mix it up yourself. Most are teaspoons, except for the cumin and the coriander. Everything else is a half a teaspoon that I named, except for those. And paprika is two teaspoons, but the cumin and the coriander are 1 tablespoon. Ginger is a half a teaspoon. You know, and when you mix these up, have a container that you can put it in that would be closed tight, so you can close it tight and keep it for a while, because the seasonings that I gave you to mix it up is actually enough. And I do a few pinches of salt because I like mine to be well seasoned. is enough to make for several times. It's not just a small amount. It'll be enough to almost fill one of these, which is 7 ounces. So it'll probably be about 4 ounces or something, 4 to 6 ounces. So then you just take the chicken and you mix it up real good. Turn it around. And you can actually smell all the seasonings in the chicken shawarma seasoning. You can smell it all in there. To me, this is one of the best mixtures, you know, the spices that I gave you, that's out there. I mean, the ginger gives it an extra taste. It's, oh my God. I like ginger in my Chinese food as well. So, it's just up to you. If you're not a ginger fan, you can leave the ginger out. That's an optional. But the other ones are a must and a needed seasoning for this blend. So I'm going to go ahead and put these on the stove. I'm not grilling them tonight because we've waited so late. I'm going to go ahead and stick them on the actual stove and just cook them in a regular frying pan. You know, what you have at home. You use what you have. So if you have a like a George Foreman grill or something like that, any kind of grill like that, you can actually put them on there too. Just make sure you use some Pam to coat your grill, and or you take them outside and it would even taste even better on the actual barbecue pit. But what I like is the seasoning that's left, and it's like when you see it cook down, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. I'm going to leave this for about 20 minutes or so, and 20-30 minutes to marinate it, and then I'm going to go ahead and stick it right on the stove and cook it up. We'll be back. Okay, I put a drop of oil in here just so the meat won't stick. It won't stick. Usually it'll start making its own little gravy or whatever. I'm going to cook this down and keep moving it. And as long as you keep moving it, you'll be fine. I'm going to break up some of the pieces. I'm going to keep some of them whole so I can use it as deboned chicken. I think I actually put too much in here at a time. But anyway, it still won't take that long to cook. You know, you're going to cook it until it's white. We'll be right back. Oh my God, guys, I can't forget one of my ingredients. I forgot to add the garlic powder. So while it's cooking on the stove, I put the garlic powder on. And I'm very generous with the, heavy-handed with the garlic powder. And mix it in real good while it's cooking. You put your lid on top of your chicken so it can cook a little bit, and so it won't dry out. I did put a lot in here. However, I'm used to cooking a lot in here when I do this, and I just keep moving it around so that it, you know, will cook evenly. It takes a little longer this way, but that gravy that'll come on here, like a marinade that'll be left in the bottom, is gonna be awesome. So you'll see when we get back. Hi guys, basically what I'm doing is taking the spatula and just taking the chicken in long, like julienne cuts to get the chicken done. I'm not doing all of them because, again, I'm doing half of them in deboned chicken, and the other half, when it cooks down to almost nothing. So it's not that I used a lot or too much in the pot than the pan. It's just I don't want to be all night with this. It's been a long day for us here. So basically I cut it up with the spatula after it cooks so far, and then let it continue to cook. And then I just flip the bigger ones over that's going to be used for the deboned chicken, and I put it at the bottom as it cooks. But as you can see, it's got the juice at the bottom. That juice is going to make sure that it continues to give a good flavor. And you don't cook the chicken until it dries out. You cook it till it's just right. I'll come back and show you what I'm talking about. Okay guys, we're done. This is cooked. It took at least 20 minutes to cook down. You see how it cooked down? But the broth from the chicken is down in the bottom. Make sure you season your chicken well. For best results, let it season overnight or at least for 1 hour. You can put it in the refrigerator or however you want to cook it, or leave it. If you don't have time for overnight, do the 1 hour. That'll be better. But if not, if you're doing it as fast as I had to do it, basically you're going to have to put enough seasoning on it. And it's, oh my God, so much better the next day. It's unreal. But it sits in this marinade that's sitting here overnight. And it's just, it's the bomb.com. I have to give it to you. We'll be right back. I'm about to put it in a container and we'll be back. Okay, everybody, we're at the rice right now. And we did 3 cups of rice cooked already. I did instant rice. As many things as I know how to cook, my rice never comes out right. So if you're like me, minute rice will work just fine. You boil the water for 5 minutes and pour the rice in it and let it sit for another 5 or 10 minutes till it rises. If not, if you know how to make good rice without it being gummy, go ahead and make you some. For me, I'm going to use this instant rice and be happy with it. I've been cooking for a long time and I can cook a bunch of everything. But rice is not my friend. So here we are. I'm taking the butter and I'm moving it around in here real good. And then after you do that, you take this seasoning right here and you put a lot of it. You can get as heavy-handed as you want because there is no salt at all in this seasoning. And I usually mix it up. See how well, I don't want it to be brown. I just want you to be able to see the seasoning because this too has nutmeg and cinnamon in it. And that's where that brown seasoning look comes from. This seasoning is, oh my God, so good on your rice. You can get this at Walmart if it's in that neighborhood, if it's in a Arabic neighborhood. If not, you can, like I said, the store that I go to is Papaya here in Michigan. You can go wherever you want to go. If they have stores, Lebanese stores or whatever in your neighborhood or Arabic stores, you can go to one of those. The fruit markets usually have the seasonings or their stores. I mean, take your choice, whichever one. I like a little ginger in my seasoning here and for my rice. It's up to you. If you're not a ginger fan, you can leave this one out. I just put a little bit in there. I don't put a whole lot. But you're going to have to season it with salt to taste. Salt and pepper. You can either use the salt and pepper on your table or you can, and season to taste there. Or you can mix it up for everybody. It's up to you. I'm going to season it while it's here with regular salt, table salt. Again, it's up to you how much salt you like to use, but I like to have it already seasoned. And to garnish with this one, you can do the sliced almonds. It's up to you if you want that. That's, a choice. Some of my friends have nut allergy and their children have nut allergy. So for them, I wouldn't suggest it. But for anybody else, if you like that crunch with your rice, like you're at a Lebanese restaurant or Arabic restaurant or Mediterranean spot, do as you please. I'll be right back. Okay, guys, here I am again. I've forgotten the garlic for some reason or another. I have my garlic spread here. I'm going to put 2 fork or spoonfuls, whichever you choose. I'm going to put this in there and mix it up really well so that it'll have a garlic taste to it. I'm going to make another video and it's going to show you how to make this Lebanese garlic sauce. But for tonight, it's already made and we're going to just mix it up very well. I think I'm going to need another one. Mix it up really well in here. If you're not a garlic fan like me, 2 will be good enough. But it gives it a good flavor. And we'll be right back. Hey guys, we're back. We got the chicken here for the deboned chicken and for the shawarmas. We got the rice here. We've put it in a container. We got the tomatoes and the pickles, the garlic sauce and the lettuce. So now we're going to start with the chicken. We'll put it on the shawarma. Place it on the shawarma. On the bread so we can have it for the shawarma, So Next, you're gonna go in and get some lettuce. Well, you know what? Let me do one better than that. Let me put the garlic on now. I'm only gonna put it on half of it because Blair is not gonna eat the garlic.
Good Grandma, I'm supposed to eat garlic.
You don't have to. You said you didn't want to, so I'm not gonna make you. I'm gonna put a couple more pieces of chicken, so it'll be.
That's mine.
Half of it is yours, Blair. Can we go ahead with the video? Okay. Thank you. Then we're going to put tomatoes on Chris's side, because this one is just a taste tester to see if they like it. I already know Chris does. And then, do you want lettuce? Okay, so we're just going to put lettuce on Chris's side. And we're going to do pickles. Do you want pickle on yours, or you going to do later? We got the pickles at the Dollar Tree. You don't have to go out and spend a lot of money on pickles. We cut up the tomatoes that we got at papaya, the lettuce. And then we got the pita bread loaves. This is just, you can get it at, you know, any store. They sell it. But make sure you check the date on it. And make sure it's really soft, because they don't last that long.
I want pickles in the chicken.
The chicken is right here, Blair. Do you want a pickle here so you can have it with your chicken? Okay, so I'm going to put a chicken here. I'm going to put a pickle here for Blair. And I'm going to take it, and you bend one side down. You bring it over. You wrap it. Excuse me, Chris. You wrap it. And there you have your shawarma. I'm going to cut it in half. Uh-oh. A piece of lettuce and a piece of tomato got on Blair's part. So, here you have the finished product. That's what it looks like. And that's what it is. And so we'll be right back so the boys can do a taste tester. Let me put a little rice on here so Chris can try the rice. And we'll be right back. Okay, guys. Come on, Blair. Okay, guys. We ready to do the taste tester. Come on. Chicken shawarmas.
I can't pick it up.
Hold it with both hands, sir. Sorry about the dishes, guys. I wash dishes as I go. I can't see you, Blair. Come on with it. Oh, you like it? What? I finally got to get you to eat a shawarma? Even though you don't have all the toppings, you like that, huh? Oh, well, good.
Today we got a happy birthday shout out. Shout out to Auntie,
To cousin Sonia.
Cousin Sonia.
Okay, guys.
Peace.
Peace. You gonna say happy birthday?
Happy birthday, Cousin Sonia. Happy birthday, Cousin Sonia.
All right. Love you, Sonia.